Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
How's it going? How many times
Hey
do you
there.
have to say hello?
Excuse me.
Did you give me a chance to respond?
Can you believe it? I am so mad right now.
Hi there. Hey there.
Come in.
Howdy, partner.
Oh,
In the space of
it's
2
you
seconds.
two.
Howdy, fucker. I was expecting to see you here.
Huh?
God
You know
damn.
each other? Oh, wait. Is this who you were telling me
I
about?
tried many ways.
The one you met
only need to
yesterday and
try
couldn't
one
stop
and just
thinking
wait for
about?
a response.
I never said that.
I don't
Yes,
respond
you
to
did.
spamming.
Why are you
Look, I
denying it?
responded.
It was right before I went on that rant about the moody factory owner. Oh, I remember it so clearly. Might I ask what brings you
But
two
anyway,
here?
how's it
Oh,
going?
I just brought him here to see the show. And when it finished, he was full of praise for Vodionits's performance. So I thought I'd try my luck, see if we could get the chance to chat for a bit. Maybe get an
I can
autograph?
see on my mic that
You work
the
here.
mic is picking up the
You of
person
all people
hammering.
ought to know that's against the rules.
Oh, lovely.
It's not what the green room
Yep.
is there for. Oh, what's the big deal? Come on, don't be shy. I can give you an autograph. You can take a picture too if you want. Do as you please. I finished all my shows for the day. I'll leave you to chat.
Okay. Later, Odette.
1 hour.
I
before
wasn't making that
departure.
stuff up, you know. Odette's just too proud to admit it. She thinks
She
very
doesn't seem
highly
to
of
be
you.
hating us
And
that
so do
much
I.
anymore.
You did the right thing in Svietloladovka.
We're good. Odette's out of earshot. I'll lock the door.
You what?
Confidentiality, of
You
course. The Rokot is very strict on that.
Whoa, Alosha! Not out loud! Not with an outsider here!
Relax,
The game
I've taken
soundtrack
care of
is
it.
very
Look
pretty.
at this.
This is a
The
new
president's
area, so it's
reply
all
sent
new.
this morning. Wait, so he's been approved to join?
As in me?
You told me last night that you wanted to get intel from the Rokot. Unfortunately, Rokot intel is only available to members. But ever since you set foot in Snezhnaya, we've been working together.
If you can
I've
hear
seen the way
banging
you
in the
work,
background,
your character,
just
and
ignore
your
it.
motives.
It's my neighbors.
Everything about you is perfectly in alignment with what we're trying to achieve in the Rokot. So I figured I might as well cut to the chase. I wrote a letter to the president explaining
No,
your
I have no
situation,
idea.
including just the right amount of detail. His approval came very quickly. Of course, it's still your decision whether you want to join or not. We'll respect your choice.
So that means both of you are members?
Well, assuming Odette was telling the truth and she didn't misjudge you, I guess we don't need to worry about you blowing our cover. Still, you gave me a real fright.
Couldn't turn a
I
blind
didn't know
eye.
that's why you came looking for me.
I stopped after the
So, that
Archon
stuff you said
arc.
about
You
admiring my
stopped after
performance.
Jean-Li, man, it's gone
Was
way
that
better since
just
then.
because
We're even
Odette
in
was here?
Snezhnaya now, the most
Did you
important
actually
region.
mean it?
No, I meant every word. I loved your singing.
Now you're talking. That's what I like to hear.
Anyway, let me give you a quick rundown of how
Should
things
let me enjoy
work.
the candy.
Like I said, the Rokot is a covert organization, and we hide our identities. Members typically don't meet in person or even know each other's identities. This helps us maintain a high level of independence and secrecy. Because of
Okay.
this, members are basically free to decide their methods without constraints, so long as the outcome of
I think
any
Alicia
activity
would
doesn't
know
violate
what
the
tension is
organization's
between me and
principles.
Odette, since he
After
recognized who
all,
we
we
were.
don't have any ostensible
Yeah.
contact with each other. This way,
Maybe he
if
just
anything
doesn't
goes
know
wrong,
who
no one
Odette's
else will be
mentor was.
implicated.
Beyond the
We're
freedom to
cold
choose how
weather.
you
Nah,
operate, it's
fucking
also
shit,
your
we're in
choice whether to
Snezhnaya,
act
of
at
course
all.
it's cold.
We have plenty of members who have yet to take any action. In short, joining the Rokot in and of itself
Paimon
won't
makes
place
me
any
cry
restrictions on your
and
activity in
Archon arc. I
Snezhnaya.
don't have
There's a
much
code of
time
conduct
to
you can
play
read if it
gacha
interests
games.
you. But basically, as long as you don't plan on using
mean
your anonymity
Nahida?
to go around doing evil, you'll be fine.
She's not a plant
I
icon.
tried reading it 5 or 6 times. Never made it all the way through. Even the most lackluster script makes for more interesting reading.
Nahida's an archon of knowledge. No dialogue. I don't care about these guys.
Sounds good to me. I'm in.
Great. Then I'll go grab an official application form. Be right back.
If you stopped on John Lee's one, how do you know what happened? Have you been watching people play it?
Since you keep
I'm
our identities
assuming-
secret, how come you two know each other then, huh?
Well, Alosha has this pet dog, you see. His name's Tagarin, and this one time, Alosha brought him backstage. Tagarin took quite a liking to me, so I played with him for a little bit and fed him some treats. Then, the Rokot was
So
out
yes,
on
I
a
do watch
mission one
people
day,
play this game.
and
Fair
even though
enough.
we were all in
And good
disguise,
night to you.
Tagarin recognized me right away.
Just a coincidence, really. We didn't report it to the higher-ups, though, to avoid dealing with the fallout. Like... my job at the theater, for instance. I really needed to make ends meet. By the way, what were you complaining about
doing
just
this
before we
right.
came in? Did everything go okay with Chuganov?
I'm so
Everything
sorry, I
did
have to
not
do
go
this fight.
okay.
Ugh.
That's why I was so mad. I tried to make some small talk with him before I went on stage to fish for
Fine.
intel about the Iskra manufacturing plant. But he wouldn't take the bait.
Come on, go back
No
to the
matter
hotel.
what I said, he kept dodging the question. And then he started complaining. He said he didn't appreciate his second-rate seat in the stalls because he usually gets a private box. I mean, what did he expect? Everyone knows that if you want a box seat, you buy a ticket well in advance. But instead, he sends me a letter the day before the show when we're practically sold out. I had to juggle things around just to get him a half-decent seat, hoping he would appreciate the gesture enough to share some
Your quest should
information.
not be something that
But
activates on
nope,
their own.
he didn't give me anything.
Yeah, meeting
when
Chuganov
you
in
have
person
focus
has
mode on.
definitely been a disappointing
Yeah.
experience. Oh, you probably don't know who we're talking about, do you? Chuganov was that older guy you were sitting next to today. I'm sure he didn't make a great first impression on you either.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he seemed like a real grouch.
To the citizenry, he's a family man and a kind boss. But our interactions with him tell a very different story. It's one thing to ask for a
check
favor,
Yeah,
but he
just move
acts
on.
like it's his
Enough of being
right.
thrown into
He
these
always
bullshit.
expects special treatment. Take the ticket situation, for instance. I've actually gotten him a private box in the past. But not only was he not even grateful, now he's acting like I've sold him short this time. Not to mention that he's never paid for a single one of his tickets.
Move it, woman.
That's pretty outrageous.
And another thing, if he's such a big family man, why doesn't he bring his wife and daughter to see the show once in a while? I've never seen them here, not even once.
Calm down, Vodyanitsa. If you won't do it the easy way, we'll have to try the hard way. But first things first. Here's your application form. Go ahead and fill it out.
For fuck's sake.
Don't even know if Ether Lumine has a mom, but you know, we're giving them a try.
Looks like I'll need to make a few little tweaks here and there. But other than that, you're good to go. We'll hold on to this for you.
Nice.
But good. Ooh.
All right.
Did you get much
Now
done
that
on
we're
it
officially
you wanted to
Rokot
get done?
comrades, I can tell you.
One
Chukanov
of the
is
data
the target of our
literally
current
seemed like Chelsea
operation.
frozen and jumping.
Recently, we've done some recon work at the Iskra manufacturing plant, which pretty much confirmed that their energy consumption is way beyond the legal limit. All we need now is some direct evidence to present
It
to the
is a
Vetcha,
relief.
so we can demand that they shut the plant down.
That way, the Kresny Crystal can be allocated to where it's needed most.
I was hoping he might let slip during one of our chats, but he's too
Did you get everything
tight-lipped.
done that you wanted
We'll
to get
have to
done?
find another way.
On
I'm
the
meeting
stream?
another regular theater goer
I
tonight.
need to try different
Mitya.
I want to look into this Roku
Osha mentioned that name earlier.
But Valeri's here too, and he's probably looking for Mitya, so he may end up being a no-show.
They might know what's really
Don't
going
you
on.
worry. He
Do
must
you
know how to
know,
dodge Valeri, or
you
he
know
wouldn't
how
be
I can
showing up on
contact
time for every performance. Mitya is a renowned energy expert. Although we can't get any direct evidence of the excessive energy consumption at the plant,
Well, I started a
we
new
can
game, but arrived at
accidentally
the first
let the
boss
information
and,
slip to
well,
him.
got through the
The
first
authorities should
phase,
take
but
someone
now
like
the
him
second
seriously.
phase.
So
Second
if he
phase is gonna
starts
be more
raising
difficult
questions
then.
about energy use at the Iskra manufacturing plant, there will be a proper
Alright,
investigation. Also, we're not allowed on site, but he has clearance. So all we
Paimon, why are
need
you
is
doing
his
an L pose
cooperation.
with your arm?
Since he's an energy expert, does that mean he might know the inside story of Project Studia then?
Yeah, so that's the other thing we're trying to
Yes,
figure
ma'am.
out. Though I think we're far less likely to make any progress on that front. Still, I hear that Mitya is a bit of a chatterbox.
Sure.
So,
The
who
overall
knows?
good game.
Maybe if we catch him in the
It is
right mood,
called
he'll let
Mina
something
the
slip.
Howler. You
What do you
mentioned
think?
it Retro earlier on,
Sound
weren't
like
you?
something worth your time?
Definitely, I'd love to join.
Okay,
You wanted to hear
in
about
that
it, now
case,
you're just
you guys
asleep on
find
the
a seat
bed?
somewhere nearby. Pretend you're a couple of
Thank you on the
buddies
bed,
there to
though.
eat,
Okay,
and
I
keep your
should leave you
ears
be
peeled for useful
until the
information.
following day.
He's a huge fan, so I doubt he'll have his guard up around me.
Yes, I
But
put
you
me
two need to be
it.
convincing. If he suspects anything at all, he might stop talking.
Sure.
Ah.
Don't worry. We'll make a believable pair of buddies.
I'm sure we can manage a bit of a friendly chit chat, nothing too harmful.
Perfect! You've
I
sold
don't
me
know.
already. Now,
Not
help me
as-
tidy
yes,
this room up a
yes.
bit before we head out.
Okay.
Well,
What
good.
needs tidying?
We are still
Everything.
doing the Archon Quest in Genshin,
Yeah,
as you can see.
I'm on part 2 of my fucking recording.
Yep. Oh, okay. Oh, my zipping's done.
We come here often, so we shouldn't
God
stand
damn right.
out.
Is there a
Let's sit
fountain
here.
here too? God damn it.
Now, it's up to Vodyanitsa. Let's see how the conversation goes.
I'm running. Ooh, pretty.
Mr. Mitya! Over here! Over here!
I'm not following you,
Sorry,
Scaramouche.
I got a little held up on my way here. Now we have even less time than we planned.
Don't
Never
do that
mind,
for me,
you'll
I
find this
see.
guy more interesting.
Me?
Go ahead and order
Yep.
some snacks and drinks, whatever you like. Let me see. According to my schedule,
no.
we still have 25 minutes left.
You're really pressed for time today, huh? I was imagining
And
this
so
would be
far,
a
they're not
really
showing his
legit-
vision.
If you'd prefer, we can always reschedule for another afternoon when you have more time.
No need. Getting to meet
I
the lead
think
singer
he's
is
also
a very precious
Electro.
opportunity for me. I'm not about to
course.
pass it up.
Can always
I've
use a
already
new
had to
electro.
decline your invitation several
Last one
times
was
because our
Sino.
schedules rarely align.
Just saying.
If I don't grab
Oh
this
my
chance while it's
God.
here, who knows when the next one will come around?
Well, it's very kind of you to make time just for me.
What's going on with his scarf? Like it's alive or something.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. But
But
Snezhnaya is
Gomez,
full
if
of
you
weird
need
and
to
wonderful
get a
things
drink
like
or
that,
food or
so
anything
people
after
tend
your
not to bat an
stream,
eye.
Please do.
I'm sure the same will go for the Eye of Grey and Paimon.
Nah, man's going to get a drink and he's gonna go to bed. He got work tomorrow.
Oh boy. Today feels like it's a freaking Friday. I don't know why.
Pretty much. Yep,
God damn.
that'll make getting around easier. Oh yeah.
The reason I invited you out for tea and a chat today was
You
to get
unlocked
some
the husky
feedback from a true
transportation?
fan of the theater.
Well,
Maybe.
I genuinely have nothing bad to say. No
Same.
matter how many times I hear you sing, it never gets old.
Yeah,
It
but I have a
always
nice
seems
weekend
fresh and
ahead.
new somehow.
You do.
Maybe
So,
it's because the more times I listen, the more details I notice.
will that
Or
mean
maybe you
peak will
simply
be
improve
the
with every
following weekend
performance,
if you're
delivering it
around?
better each time.
Thank you! I'm delighted to hear that. Could you
Because I
give
would
me any
like to
specific
play it
examples?
if it's out before we go on our
yeah.
vacation.
That the piece you
Yeah,
sang
the
today,
following week, yeah.
for example.
Okay.
Beneath the frozen river. Hey, what's with you?
Larry.
I'm just praising a good performance.
I'll check with
Yeah.
Aegis then. And Danky.
I always used to find that such a bleak and lonely
I've
song.
seen-
But the
I've
more
seen
you
stuff with
listen,
Mitya,
the
he
more you
looks
realize
cool.
that it's not as cold and nihilistic
This
as it
weekend I'm
appears.
away. I know, you told
When
me
you
yesterday,
really dig down
man.
into it, there's a certain level where you're
I was here,
surprised
I was
by
listening.
the emergence of hope.
Wow,
Me too.
I'm impressed. I didn't expect you to pick up on that. Actually, I only tried out that ankle after talking with
Yes,
a
but
composer.
just in case. I'm not that
Still,
forgetful.
Beneath the Frozen
no
River
patroness.
wasn't on today's
No.
program.
Oh, really? But it's a classic. You sing it
This
every
looks like
time.
opera epic class, just blue.
Almost every time.
Pretty much, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well then, let me
I
say
wonder
a
if there'll
few
be
words about that other
a
all-time
murder
classic,
trial here.
Flying in the Wind from the Mountain Sparrow.
I didn't sing that one today either. My voice wasn't quite up to it, so I switched it out at the last minute.
Oh.
Nervalet running.
We bought tickets, bitch.
Sorry,
Nervalet
Mr.
running all the way
Kid,
here.
but
Wait,
you
the
were at
Oratrice
dinner
must bless
today,
you.
yes?
Of course I was. Remember? I said hello to all the troop members before the show started. You, Odette, and the others.
So, what did Odette sing today?
Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose, of course.
Oh, shut up.
Correct. I see. I see. You find my singing boring, don't you? That's why you don't remember a single song.
Woody and Itza.
Looks like I'll need to cut a few from the
Woody
program
Anita
next time.
is One of the characters that
No,
only shows one eye.
that's not
Got
it.
you.
I swear.
Yeah, is Vodyanitsa the fucking mermaid lady?
All right, I'll be straight with you. I'm sorry. My mind was wandering as you took the stage today. I enjoy watching your shows because the exquisite
you won
performances
from the
stimulate the
catch.
mind.
Your prize
It
is
always sparks
absolutely
some
nothing.
inspiration for my research. So, whenever I get stuck at work, I come to the
She's a good
theater for a change
voice.
of pace. Odette's dance during the elegy
I
of the
just
Snow-Winged
don't
Goose
watch
today
much
was
opera,
simply
but a good voice.
incredible. It got me
Squish.
wondering what she's been
It's
going through
squishing the
recently.
charm.
That look of sheer defiance in the face of utter tragedy? It was so inspiring. I started
Yes, I
scribbling in
think
my
she
notebook
is.
right away. Not that I made a ton of progress
I'm
in the
like
grand scheme of
99%
things,
sure
but
she
I
is.
still think it was
Let me look at
productive.
my phone.
By the time I snapped out of it, the entire show had finished.
So what you're saying is,
going to
you didn't listen to
RDMs
my
on
singing
Twitter.
at all?
Unfortunately not. I'm sorry. I don't know which is more disrespectful. The fact that I don't always come for the show itself, or the fact that I missed your performance.
Seems like things are getting a little awkward.
You look nervous. What's up?
Mitya just
Yeah,
stepped
it
into a
is Vodyanitsa.
conversational
She's a mermaid.
minefield. If there's one thing Vodyanitsa doesn't like, it's people who show disrespect for her performance. This meeting was so hard to set up. Don't tell me it's already falling apart.
Follow Alicia to the green room. Why
It's
can I follow
fine.
Alicia to the green room?
I suppose
when
this
Alicia
is-
left me.
Affirming in its own way. At least, it shows
Just
that
saying.
our performance really touches
Mama,
people's
unless
hearts,
me
right?
here, I'm
Don't let it bother you. It
I accidentally
certainly
entered
doesn't
someone's
bother
bedroom.
me.
She's showing a lot of restraint.
Maybe sit on.
Must be tough.
Well, I'll be sure to let
And
Odette
put
know
in
how
the
much you
bedroom. This place
adored
is
her performance.
confusing.
Please don't say that. I always love your performances too. It's just that inspiration struck at the wrong time today. I'm usually all
Back
ears.
here, maybe.
I know, I can
Guys,
tell.
what's the betting
That's why
Fox is
I
gonna
value
find
your
loads of
opinion.
fan art of Mitya
I'm
tonight?
sure some people can't stand it when others praise their
Mitya.
coworkers right to
Yeah,
their
Mitya.
face.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
not
streamer.
me.
Drink
No,
water
sir.
and fix your posture,
enough.
you
I
dehydrated
still feel
fucking
kinda bad, though.
hunchback.
But you know what I really can't stand?
Thank you for the hydrate
People
again,
who only show up to the
Benny.
theater to pretend that they're cultured. Makes me sick to my
What the hell?
stomach.
What's her issue?
Oh, yeah, 100%. There are too many of those people around. By the
Oh,
time
just
they're
wait for the
walking out
rest of the
door,
quest?
they've forgotten all about
You're telling
the
me
show.
there's more people to see?
What's wrong? You look furious.
I don't know if you've heard about the boss of the Eastborough manufacturing plant. He isn't even a theater investor, but he always demands the same privileges as
Alicia is
actual
very blunt.
investors. Box
Oh, yeah.
tickets only, premium drinks, even the right to request specific songs.
Well played, Vodyanitsa. Seems like she's harnessing her rage to steer the conversation back on track.
Now that you mention it, I've interacted with that guy before. I gotta say, everyone holds him up as an example of a benevolent businessman, but I don't know. I don't see it.
Yeah, he couldn't care less about what's happening on stage. He's just there to
Yeah.
flaunt his social status.
No, more.
I hate that I have to prepare
More
programs for
for
guys like
Mitya.
that.
Okay,
What's the
I
big deal
see.
with that factory he runs anyway? I asked around a bit and
Oh,
heard
let's
some
stop being
pretty
such a
shocking
sourpuss.
stories. Sounds like he's just another greedy
So
capitalist.
what? Senora died, she deserved
Oh,
it.
really?
Get over it.
Yep, the things people are saying are
She
pretty
wouldn't have died
damning.
if she didn't try to take a
Low
gnosis
wages,
from her lecturer Archon.
insanely long working hours, equipment running around the clock. And as if that's
Honestly, I
not
don't even
bad
know if we'll
enough,
get to the rest of
he
the quest
also
tonight.
strictly forbids his employees
We'll
from
definitely
getting
get through
any
it
kind of interview.
Tonight and
Project Stooja
Monday.
has now been extended so many times. We're at the point where crystal rations for the common folk are barely enough to survive on. Yet he even wants to get his greedy hands on them just to boost his own profits. If the rumors
Wait, what's
are
the date
true,
next week?
he's in serious violation of the law.
Excuse you.
oh fuck.
Interesting.
Next week as well we have the update
So
for
you've heard
NTE.
about it too.
What?
Huh?
So it's really
Next Wednesday
true?
we have the update for NTE.
Who knows?
Oh.
I've only heard the same rumors you
Why
have.
does his cloak
But
remind me of
there's
Doctor
no
Strange?
smoke
It kind of
without
does
fire.
actually, doesn't it?
The Rooster's been coming down on us hard lately, demanding that we track and trace every single batch of Crystal. My coworkers in the Department of
Wait.
Energy have been tearing their hair out over it.
The rooster? I didn't realize he cared that much.
Yeah. Even though there are no restrictions on Crystal trading,
It's like,
the
here, let
poor
me
will
wipe your
wind up
shoulder. Get off
freezing
my
to
shoulder.
death if we let the rich buy as much as they want. That's clearly unfair. Looks like we'll need to arrange an investigation into the Iskra manufacturing plant as soon as possible. I never knew you kept up with current affairs beyond the theater, Miss Vodyanica. You really have a heart for the common person. Most Fae in your position
Okay.
have long been indifferent to the plight of humans.
Well, those of us who choose to live in human cities are naturally going to pay attention to any significant upheaval. Isn't the rooster a Fae himself? I'm just surprised to learn that even
Alright, I'm
someone
going
as
to
much
bed.
experience
Have
as
fun.
him is getting
Bye-bye,
so stressed out over
Gomez.
Project Stooja.
We'll see you
What is the
tomorrow.
end goal of this project anyway?
This is it. We're finally going there.
I'm sure Mitya can sense on some level that she's fishing for information.
Get you tomorrow.
But since their conversation
probably.
is so relaxed, he might
Nah,
just
he'll be
let
late
something
tomorrow. He said
slip.
he would be. Unless he's going to be too tired.
It's stressing me out too.
No, I mean like
If I'd
he
only made
comes
better
into a
progress with
call
my
or anything
research,
like that.
things wouldn't have dragged on
Oh,
this
yeah.
long.
Oh,
That'll be,
so your
well,
work is
we'll be in
related
call
to
about
Project
8
Stooja?
-ish. Well, not
That's right.
9-ish.
The Armory Palace
too
needs a
late.
brand new energy source. Not the
like,
power of the light realm and
5-ish,
not
half
elemental
5.
energy.
That's usually when I go home
Right
from
now,
yours,
the only
isn't
thing
it?
that meets the requirements is the power contained within stellar linchpins.
What'd you say? Like,
But harnessing that power is
I have food
costly.
in my mouth.
Each step of the process requires
Oh, okay,
enormous
fair enough.
amounts of Kresnet crystal, from extraction to quantification to attempts at conversion. Progress has been painfully slow, and the team is getting burned out as time goes by. Sometimes
like,
I see
really
people
like
staring into
bud-
space as if in a
bud
trance.
fish. Come here, my
Could
girl.
it be that this new
Vodyanica.
energy source has side
Bud,
effects?
yeah, that's it.
No, no,
If I
it doesn't
got you
affect
used to
us
saying that name.
because the energy is used for.
Just channel your inner Russian, darling.
Okay, I got it.
I
Stop
can't
choking
even
me.
roll my R's. How can I channel my inner Russian?
Vodnesya.
I can't talk about that.
Blah, blah.
I think we're all just exhausted. We've been
tried to
working
roll my
ourselves to
R
the
and I
bone
failed,
for
so I
so
just gave
long
up.
with so little progress to show for it. It's no wonder people are struggling to stay motivated.
Seems like I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have gotten so mad at you for not paying attention during the show.
Don't worry about it. I count myself lucky, to be honest. I don't envy the people who work closely with the Tsaritsa herself.
Yes.
I'd much rather be in my current position. At least I don't have to shoulder any major responsibilities.
So they're trying to develop a completely new kind of energy.
It's a shame we didn't get to hear more.
Yeah, censored by a scarf. Who would have thought?
Sounds good to me.
Oh,
I'm in.
dear. It
I'm
looks
now
like my
part
time is
of
up.
Reduc-
I'm afraid I have to
How do I say it?
leave. I'm so sorry.
do I say
We
Reduc?
ended up barely talking
What?
about the theater.
Reduc-
That's okay.
The
It was a
organization
pleasure
we're in.
chatting with you, really.
Rotoko.
Let's make up for it next time.
Reduco.
Uh,
Hello, Silver Fox. How's
yeah,
it going?
hopefully once the work pressure eases up a
You're
little,
close to
I'll be
the
able to
end
focus
of
more on the
part one, to
performance,
be
and
fair.
then we'll have more to discuss.
I am a...
for you.
Yeah, that's
We
for me.
touched
Okay.
on some confidential issues today.
Fair
I'd be
enough.
grateful if you could keep it between us.
How many parts are there? Typically 3 to 4.
There's 3 because
That
when they
could
pulled up
have
the
gone
chapter 10, there was
worse.
3.
Yeah, but like you can have
Nice
like
job.
an end
Why was
one that
Mitya in such a hurry
has
to leave? Though?
less dialogue, but it is to do with the quest.
That's fair. Good you? I'm good.
Sorry,
I'm just doing the
routine
Genshin
inspection.
Archon Quest.
Is that Valerie? Whatever his name is.
Okay, let's go.
I think 2. Oh.
So he wasn't rushing to get back to work. He must have calculated that Valeri would find him here in
Valeri.
exactly 25 minutes. That's frighteningly accurate.
One of the main
Think
duties of
too.
the Special
The
Assignments
chapter is a
Battalion is
trait.
to ensure that important figures stick to their schedules.
Sounds like Mitia's arch enemy then.
All right, time for us to get going too. Excuse me, check please.
We'll settle our check too then.
Hello there. Mr. Mitya paid the check before leaving. He also asked me to pass on a message. He said it was an honor to share his tea break with Miss Vodyanitsa and her 2 friends.
Wait,
The scarf told
So
him.
he knew we were here all along?
Wow.
This raises
Do
a
you
lot
play
of
Genshin,
questions.
Super Fox?
Did
I
he
don't know if I asked
deliberately
that already or
mention
not.
the new energy source so that we'd overhear it? Maybe his work isn't confidential after all. Maybe the key here is the purpose of this new energy. I guess that's the next thing to look into. Vodyanitsa and Alosha
I
have
love
left.
her voice. She's
Time
so
to head
cute.
back and call it a day.
Oh, wait. To the original, you wouldn't even notice a difference on YouTube.
You're pretty early today.
Oh, Daka. Yeah, he seems like a real grouch.
How are you feeling, Paimon?
Paimon was just gonna mention that. After she woke up today, Paimon felt like her temperature was completely back to normal. But her strength still hasn't returned. Still, there's some good news. Paimon thinks she might have figured out the source of the problem. It's like
Okay.
there's
I
some
wanna
kind
draw
of
this girl.
mysterious power affecting Paimon. Paimon's never felt this way before during any
She's
of her
super cute.
travels. She only started feeling this way since we arrived in Snezhnaya.
Some kind of mysterious power, you say?
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source.
Could that have something to do with this?
What is it? You're making that face again. You know, the one you get whenever you have a light bulb moment?
Oh, god damn, I gotta fill my application.
Let me tell you what I found out
form.
today.
We found out a whole load of bullshit.
So, they're trying
My
to develop a
name
new
is-
energy source here? And you think that might be why Paimon's feeling unwell?
Uh-huh.
My race. I
Well,
don't consider the traveler
Mitya
human.
denied that the energy they're researching has any side
Especially
effects.
for her race has.
Although, he did say that
I
people
just put
working
human.
on the project have been having issues with
I was
their
tempted to put
concentration
Primogem.
and short-term memory.
I figured out
so,
the Fae.
Those are completely different symptoms
No,
from
you know me, I
Paimon's.
prefer fantasy stuff. Codename?
This power you mentioned, can you sense where it's coming from exactly?
It's pretty faint, so it's kind of hard to
Rapier,
tell.
Chess mimic.
But if
Demon,
anything,
Abyss.
it
the
seems
12th,
like it's coming from
King
roughly the same direction as the Armory
or
Palace.
Lord of the Seven
Okay.
Calamities.
All the more reason to
I like
find
that
out the
one.
purpose of the research.
Sure, Paimon's with you there.
Reason for application.
How though? The
I
robot only
oppose
has a
Project
limited
Suja.
amount of intel.
I want.
There's still one avenue we haven't
ordinary
explored.
people.
The Snezhnaya
I think
Vish.
the real
Or
goal
Vish.
here, I'm
But
ready to put an end to the organization.
the Vish.
I need a part-time job.
Oh, great
Mom told me
point.
to give it a
They
try.
argue about Project Stuja
I
every
guess I'll put down
day.
my post Project
If we could
Stuja.
sit in on one of their sessions, we might pick up some new leads.
Alright then, let me write a letter to Lucia.
Good idea. Oh yeah,
Alufa.
while you were out, Paimon tried all the yummiest looking desserts in the Potpourri restaurant. This one seemed right up your alley. So,
Why?
Paimon saved
Why are
some
you
for
tweaking
you.
my application,
You can
woman?
try it once you
What
finish
I do
writing your
wrong?
letter.
Alosha replied. He says that we won't be able to speak at the Vetcha, but he can arrange for us to attend as visitors. Time to get ready. Then head to the Snezhnaya Vetcha. Squall of Fury!
Mitya. I'm gonna meet Mitya. Lucia mentioned his name earlier on.
Hey, it's you. What are you doing here?
I live here.
Just running errands for our parents. They want to escort their precious human daughter back to the countryside for regular treatment, that's all. We haven't set out yet. I figured to stop by in Zaplayorad. Pick up a few things. Linya rarely gets a chance to come by Snezhnaya. It's only right that I bring back a few souvenirs for her at Jack Frost. Anyway, the capital is far too loud. For my liking, it's impossible to find any peace here. So she's right to stay away.
Miss Vodinitsa, prima donna of the Korolievsky troupe. What a surprise meeting you here. Will you be sitting in on a session of the Vetcha?
Sorry, I'm not taking interviews today.
Pretty much.
Oh good, you're here. The session's
Or
about to
side
begin.
piece.
Let's get inside.
Please wait, Miss Vodinitsa. Could you introduce me to your new friend?
Definitely, I'd love to join you.
Shortly after you take the seat, meeting the Snezhnaya Beach, you officially. Shortly after you take your seat, the meeting officially begins discussions on whether to extend Project Studio are saved from the end. As the rooster, Provincialia shares various energy-related statistics, the dull and lifeless room suddenly becomes very animated.
Why do I gotta tidy your...
Oh, it's this room.
In summary, the energy management commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon.
Benny, stop cheating.
Both the production and consumption of Kresnik Crystal show clear signs
The
of
rooster, the
stabilizing.
5th of the 11th
The
for 3
relevant
harbinger.
agencies have assessed the present circumstances and determined that the status quo can be sustained until the next period. For detailed statistics, I would refer you to the industry reports that have been distributed to all persons present.
I swear, he just looked like the Duke of Wesselton out of fucking Frozen.
It should also be noted that while the recent blizzards have led to a significant increase in people's energy expenses, this is strictly a short-term phenomenon associated with a remotely located monster. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa is giving her full attention to this matter. We should have every confidence that it will be dealt with
There's
swiftly
Pantalone,
and
Child,
conclusively.
Marionette.
A financial report on disaster relief is also present in this report, courtesy of Pantalone.
Why does it keep getting noisier in here?
They cover the same old ground every single time. The rooster never seems to mind, but everyone else is getting tired of it. There's a general lack of trust. People aren't seeing any tangible benefits that affect them directly. Of course, none of that will be reflected in any of the reports on the table.
Yeah, if it weren't for these hard copy documents, I could have at least made something up.
See if it was coming up for you.
I mean to ask, why are you still here and why are you acting so chummy?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just out here trying to hit my interview quotas. Bring out the Kvass. Ever read it? Best-selling newspaper in town.
Hello, random people.
If I remember correctly, you guys don't even have a sales permit. You have to sell from stalls on the street.
Okay then, best-selling street stall newspaper in town. Still counts.
God damn it.
Order! We will now open the floor to the
This
representatives.
area is more
If there are
complicated
no
than the
further
upper class.
substantive issues to discuss, we will then proceed
Oh, the
to a
doors look
vote
the
on this
same.
motion.
Snezhnaya has a long tradition of treating members of the Fatui armed forces and their dependents favorably. But recent surveys shows that Fatui families in remote areas have access to 15% less crystal than the average civilian family in Snezhnograd. It's been said many times before, but it bears repeating now. There needs to be a clear and consistent rationale behind how crystal is allocated, or we will soon face immense public backlash.
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out for once. I say again, true consistency exists only in principle. In the real world, fairness is relative. You appear to treat resource allocation as a simple function of production and population. So what about when the equipment used in production breaks down? Have you factored that into your equation? And do you even know how long it's been since Snezhnaya last conducted a census?
If I knew the answers to questions like that, I'm sure I'd be a very wealthy man. And I doubt I'd be going by child. I'd like to bring the focus back to the specific issue I raised. Or do you wish to deny that favorable treatment for Fatui dependents is our long-standing policy?
Of course.
It's easy to be a critic when there's no accountability. That seems to be a running theme in the anti-Project Stuzha cohort. Defeat the ringleader and all other problems will magically resolve themselves. That's what they seem to think. But in case you aren't aware, not one jot in my report would change whether Project Stuzha continues or not.
So you have no intention whatsoever of finding a solution to this problem?
Okay.
On the contrary, I'm the only one here who ever brings solutions.
Focus, Queen.
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces. Regraders struck back with style and a war of words ensued.
Okay.
Our reporter was live on the scene to get the audience's reaction as it all unfolded. Who do you support?
I think Child raised some issues that needed addressing. I think Regretter's rebuttal makes sense.
The people have spoken! Child received raucous applause from the crowd as he pushed Regrader onto his back foot with a relentless barrage of questions. It had to be seen to be believed.
Now you see why they don't have a sales permit.
Yeah,
However this reporter wants to spin things, I haven't forgotten that Tartaglia was representing the Northland Bank when we first met in Liyue. So surely their relationship can't always have been this strained.
You two are getting off topic. Let's focus on what the data is saying.
Mr. Pantalone, may I speak on your behalf?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to save my breath.
Crystal distribution policy undergoes modifications with each new period. The ultimate goal being to find the most reasonable method of allocation, which I believe is what Mr. Tartaglia also seeks. But I fear many may have been misled on this topic by extremist activists. To clarify, Project Stuzha is not the root cause of the problem. It is merely a framework for resource distribution. The most recent reports all point to Snezhnaya's resilience and adaptability during this period of fine-tuning, and give clear indications that a distribution framework is improving with each iteration. To make drastic adjustments without first considering the risks would likely do more harm than good. It would be a waste of the hard-won experience we've gained to date.
Renowned scholar of finance, Arapov spoke up to clarify the fiscal logic, clearly alluding to social organizations like the Rokot in his words. With the notorious Lelek still active to this day, should the Rokot be held responsible? No, there is someone else to blame.
Where did you get Rokot from? And who is this Lelek?
She's just rephrasing what Mr. Pantalone said. The Rokot are the critics he accuses of taking no responsibility for their actions. As for Lelek, you won't have heard of him yet. He's currently the most famous member of the Rokot. Well, more like infamous. Ending Project Stuzha has become an obsession for him. Unlike the more decent ones among us, he believes that votes in the Vetcha are all that matter.
What the hell?
So whether it's threats, coercion, or bribery, he'll use whatever means necessary to get people to change their vote.
Wow, there's more to Rokot than I thought.
And since we're already on the subject, what do you think of Lelek's methods? Are you for or against?
I can sympathize with him. Hard to say. I suspect there's more to his story. He seems like extreme. Hard to say. I suspect there's more to his story.
Well, whatever the story is, his actions benefit us all. We stand with Lelek.
At least someone here wants to take this discussion seriously. I've been considering that issue myself. What you really need is more precise regional data, right? I think it would be easiest to let the Fatui handle it, since they're already in charge of Crystal shipments anyway. We may as well get them to collect some data while they're at it. Whatever you need, you can ask the Fatui to look into it for you.
To her performance.
In terms of supervision, I think the Druzhna would be a good fit. I had hoped to discuss this with Miss Vesna, but sadly, she's not present.
I will be happy to take a note of your suggestions and present them to Commander Vesna for a decision upon her return. The Commander has always taken a keen interest in Project Stuzha. However, given the Druzhna's demanding workload, I'm afraid it may prove difficult for them to provide any practical support.
Let us refrain from jumping to conclusions until a concrete and actionable plan is in place.
My apologies, Lord Rooster.
There are numerous issues to address here, including manpower, time sensitivity, and reporting lines. Nevertheless, I support drafting a proposal. Follow the usual procedure, and it can be raised as a new motion for all parties to evaluate at the appropriate time.
In that case,
I'd like to share one thought before the proposal is drafted. The issue of time sensitivity was raised just now, which I presume relates to the official reports.
No, yeah.
In fact, the Energy Commission already collects regular statistics on each urban center and its surrounding area. Would these be of any use?
That's a good idea. I read every issue of Sviet-Lolaidovka's report, and although my focus is mostly on the section about equipment operation, the energy consumption statistics also yield a lot of insights.
You know, there's basically already a ship I just came up with my head for Mitya and Alosha.
What is it?
Mitya.
Mitya.
Be that as it may, does no one see an issue with using local data to determine crystal quotas? In the long term, it seems like a very risky solution.
Not if they are used purely for reference. So long as we have the report from the Northland Bank's headquarters to corroborate it, no one will be able to fool me.
Oh, no.
Very well then. It appears that this arrangement is acceptable to all parties.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The members reached a provisional consensus on the issue of improving treatment for Fatui soldiers.
Hello.
Up.
Hi.
How's it going?
You know, I'm in like a parliament office right now.
Okay.
A lot of decisions. Typical government bullshit.
Oh, this new update sounds amazing.
Today, the prima donna of the Korailievsky troupe attended a
And
session
Fox
of
has
the
met a new
Snezhnaya
favorite ship that she'll
in
totally
the
draw.
company of a dashing young man. The question on all our minds is, what is the true nature of their relationship?
I actually like Mitya and
Write anything like that again, and I'm revoking your permission to interview the
I
truth.
told you.
Got it?
Russian.
I'm actually liking them two right now. More than
The remaining discussion covers everything from energy to healthcare, technology, industry, all parties. Take the opportunity to express their stance on Project Stuzha. You ignore Mirnovo. She carries on writing her sensationalist report, but after a while you start to feel that reading the news from her might actually be more interesting than being her here in person.
Now then, if there are no further contributions from those present, we shall proceed to the final vote.
Hey, check it out!
It's Chugnov.
What made him vote against? Why now?
Ooh, nice.
The votes have been tallied. Those in favor of continuing Project Stuzha total 61%, securing a clear majority.
That was too close. The margin has shrunk yet again. Chuganov was a huge loss.
Chuganov.
I'll bet Lelik is behind.
Chuganov, bruv.
I wonder how Pulcinella will respond this time.
Chuganov. I see. Lelik strikes again.
Yes, go, Lelik. Once Project Stuzha is defeated, our unwavering support at Bring Out the Kvass will finally pay off when we make our comeback. I can taste our victory already!
In accordance with the result of this vote, Project Stuzha will remain in effect until the next Vecha period. Finally,
Oh, really?
may I remind us all,
Damn.
we debate only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation. May the aurora shine ever on, and the tundra always stand firm. The session is concluded.
Lock them up.
I have to say, I really wasn't expecting Chukhanov to vote against Project Stuzha.
Why? What's so strange about that?
Well, in principle, Snezhnaya's business and political elites ought to be the ones least likely to oppose it. As we heard, Project Stuzha is basically just a resource distribution framework that requires everyone to cut back during the winter. But even if the policy got cancelled, the Tsaritsa's energy needs wouldn't suddenly go down. The extra demand from the public would have to be filled from somewhere. So logically, the factories would have to take the hit.
This explains a lot.
I got a letter from Mr. Mitya just before today's session. He said he's confirmed that there are issues around overtime and excessive energy consumption at the Iskra manufacturing plant. In a situation like this, once the Rooster receives the report, he'll order the factory to halt production and submit to an investigation before issuing a penalty. But that's a week-long process, and thus didn't make it onto the Vecha agenda this time. I don't think he suspects anything so far.
Got it. So for him, it's a choice between reducing production and stopping entirely. And I'm guessing stopping entirely is not on his plate right now.
Exactly. And as you know, he's a very selfish person. I was originally gonna try and flip him after he received notice of the official sanctions. My plan was to convince him that the whole thing was completely unfair. Rather than just sit back and take the hit while his factory stopped production, he'd be better off voting to end Project Stuzha. At least that way, no one else would be able to make any money either, because all the factories would suddenly have more limited energy to work with. But now, he's already voted against it, which means someone must have used more forceful means to change his vote. Just like with everyone else who flipped.
You mean Lilac?
Yeah. No one knows why Lilac is so obsessed with ending Project Stuzha. By the looks of it, he's inching closer and closer to success.
Lilac must have strong motivations, given how he'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. Maybe he knows the full truth of Project Stuzha. Maybe my next step should be to focus on him.
Oh, right. What are your plans for the rest of the day? Shall we head out?
Hey, comrade. I noticed you were here during the debate.
I didn't take you for a political enthusiast.
Greetings, Harbingers. I just happened to have some free time today, and my new friend here thought it might be fun to check out the Vecha.
Ah, Odette must have introduced you.
We didn't get to hear more.
Looks like you two are getting along pretty well.
I'll leave you to catch up. I should head back to the troop.
Sure.
No,
Break a leg and all that. Thought it might be fun to check out the Vecha, did you? Things are never that simple with you, Traveler. There's no way you're here for kicks and giggles. Tell me I'm wrong.
I learned an interesting tidbit today. Some guy called Lilac.
Oh, yeah. To some, he's a captivating enigma. To others, he's the bane of their existence. No one ever thought that some anonymous nobody from the Rokot could cause such a stir.
Want to find out his true identity? Is it okay if I start digging around?
Huh? You want to look into Lilac? Then I'm sure his days of anonymity are numbered. What do you think, Sandrone?
Fine by me, I guess. If the Traveler actually manages to expose Lilac, it'll be doing Pulcinella a favor. In return, it seems fair to let him in on what we've learned so far.
My thoughts exactly. Sharing is caring, after all. Head back to Glupov and grab the files on Lilac. It's easier to just pull the records than go through the rigmarole of getting the Traveler a visitor's permit. As you command, child, sir.
In that case, since we're going to be waiting anyway, I'll have someone brew a pot of black tea.
Why black tea? Of all tea.
Sounds like Mitia's...
One common thread among the many incidents Lelik has been involved in is that the victims are all too scared to share any real information about him. Clearly, he must have threatened them in some way. His modus operandi is to silently infiltrate the scene and leave a threatening letter behind. But neither the letters nor the crime scenes ever yield any clues to his identity. So all these files have to offer are short statements by the people affected. They don't give us a lot to go on.
If nothing else, it shows we're dealing with a trained professional who's versed in counter-surveillance.
Yes, and to that point, he often strikes in highly secure locations. The victims are high-ranking and influential people who take their personal security very seriously. Somehow, Lelik slips right into their rooms without making a sound. There's never any eyewitnesses, nor the slightest trace of a break-in. If he can get in and out undetected, it means he can strike without warning. Not that that's ever happened so far, but the thought is enough to scare these people sleepless. It's hard to believe that a human being can pull this off flawlessly every time. So they switched the focus of the investigation to Faye. Unfortunately, no one's found anything yet.
Are you saying even you couldn't pull it off?
Careful. Don't underestimate me. Although, truth be told, I'd probably find it hard not to blow my cover. Direct confrontation is more my style.
We haven't ruled out the possibility of Lelik being human. It's just, there can only be a handful of people in all of Teyvat who'd fit the profile. Faye, on the other hand, plenty would have the ability, but few would have the motive.
So it's someone as strong as Tartaglia and even more meticulous.
Mysterious power.
No, not as strong as me. You'll never find the culprit with criteria like that. Let's go with a little weaker than me.
Nobulet.
Oh, you hit me right where it hurts. I'll admit, he's strong and meticulous. But can we at least limit this to candidates who have something to do with Snezhnaya?
He's just trying to find a reference point. Stop getting fixated on who's stronger than who.
But that's the most important thing. In my opinion, anyway.
Alright, let's take it down in a notch or two, shall we? How about Odette as a reference point? She's someone we all know and have seen her in action.
Odette? Yeah, that seems about right. Her skills are solid, and she's always calm under pressure.
Except she's Fatui, so the likelihood of her working against us is pretty low.
Power, can you sense
But
where
yeah,
it's coming from?
much more accurate than your previous example, at least.
No, wait a moment. Maybe we should interrogate that assumption.
What do you mean? Which assumption?
Her Fatui identity doesn't necessarily exonerate her. And when you think about it, the Rokot would be precisely what she needs to conceal her identity.
Plus, she wouldn't need to be such a pro at covering her tracks. She'd already know where the Fatui will be and when, so she could choose the perfect time to act. Oh, yikes. I was just thinking out loud. Why is this starting to sound like such a convincing theory? Still, what reason could Odette possibly have for trying to call off Project Stuzha?
Arlecchino would be the best person to ask. She knows Odette best. Unfortunately, she isn't back yet.
Okay, what about the best queen ever, Arlecchino?
Rosaline used to open up to her in private about her struggles with Odette. As I'm sure you can imagine, Arlecchino is quite a lot better with children than Rosaline was. She gave her some tips on how to handle the situation, and Rosaline managed to reach a settlement with Odette before leaving. So I suppose there were at least no lifelong regrets left behind. Beyond that, I don't know the details about that side of things. But I do know that Odette definitely has a motive to hold a grudge against Project Stuzha. The reason being, her father passed away during the early stages of the project. That was back before it had been named Project Stuzha, when things were still being worked out. But in essence, it's remained the same ever since.
Huh. The more you know. Rosaline was always so self-centered. I never understood why she started paying so much attention to Odette.
Not even you knew about this?
So weird.
Is that such a surprise? If you cast your mind back, you may remember that Rosaline and I weren't exactly close. We had tea together a few times, but that was about it.
Odette's past is no secret. Her father was a fatus and her mother was a very famous ballerina. On the surface, it looks like she followed right in her parents' footsteps. But the truth is quite a different story. After her father passed away on a mission, her mother was overcome with grief. She broke her leg during a performance and could never dance again. Odette was only interested in ballet at the time, but this tragedy left the family with both breadwinners gone. They could barely make ends meet. Per Capitano's policy, family members of Fatui who died in the line of duty had to be appropriately accommodated and provided with adequate assistance. So, regardless of how Rosaline may have felt about it, it fell to her to resolve the issue of Odette's family's livelihood. In the end, the solution they agreed upon was to have Odette join the Fatui.
Right, because the alternative would have been a one-off compensation payment, I guess. In that sense, joining up was definitely the better option. Still, she must have had mixed feelings about it, right? If she doesn't even like the Fatui.
It's just a theory, a possibility. But as a motive for Odette to become Lelik, it holds up.
Scene.
That said, I have no idea where
not really
Odette's head is at right now, or what her conflict with Rosaline was about. Plenty of people were on bad terms with Rosaline. I have no intention of trying to figure it all out.
Brewster. I don't know how to say his name.
Peninsula.
Peninsula?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So Signora actually wanted to mend her relationship with Odette.
Yes, but there's not much point in discussing that now.
Yeah, back to Lelik. Since our investigations so far have turned up next to nothing, we've got nothing to lose by trying a new angle. Funnily enough, Tonya and I had actually made plans to go to the theater tomorrow to watch Odette's rehearsal. Unfortunately, thanks to this Lelik situation, I'll be stuck working overtime again. Which means you can go in my place. No point wasting the ticket. Plus, you'll get to meet Tonya.
What's this rehearsal for?
Spirit Seeker. Quite the classic ballet. It was passed down through Odette's mother's family for generations, though it hasn't been performed in years. But Odette's been practicing it diligently, and it's finally ready for a return to the stage. Excitement is through the roof. Tickets for the official performance sold out long ago.
Tonya's excited for it too. She's desperate to see it no matter what. Personally, it's not really my kind of thing, but since she's my little sister, I had to figure something out.
I've actually seen it several times before. The story's pretty straightforward. The lead character follows a trail of clues left behind by a spirit, gradually recovering her memories along the way. It's a tale of love and regret. So not exactly reinventing the wheel, at least by today's standards. But when that classic melody kicks in and the lead character begins to dance, it always gets me. It really is beautiful. Not an easy dance to do justice to, though. I know it's always been Odette's dream to perform this piece, but I'm not sure she's really ready.
In that case, I think that even if she is Lelik, we should wait until her performance is over before we respond. I'll let you take it from here, comrade.
Okay.
Sure it is, woman, sure. Best-selling street stall in town. Doesn't have a good ring to it.
Excuse me, let me back in. Thank you.
Sounds like you've made a ton of progress today. It's good that everything's going so smoothly. Next step is to head back to the theater and get a clear answer from Odette.
Sup, I'm back. Welcome back, Kaz.
Easier said than done. Even if she's the one, she won't necessarily admit it.
Either way, Paimon doesn't get the sense that she's a bad person. Sure, she might have done some pretty extreme things, but Paimon bet she has her reasons. Maybe this is going too far, but like, with everything she's managed to do so far, wouldn't it make more sense in theory to be even more, you know, heavy-handed? Why leave a letter when she could, well, we know there are plenty of other ways to keep people in line, right? The point is, she could have gone further, but she didn't. So, if it is her, she's got some principles at least.
I want to believe in her too.
Yeah! Well, all you can do is follow the facts wherever they lead.
How are you feeling today, Paimon?
No change, really. But that thing Paimon told you about yesterday? Paimon feels like she can sense it more clearly now. Hearing you talk about your day makes Paimon itch for an adventure. If only she could be there with you so we could experience it all together.
Yeah, I wish you could be there too. I'm not used to adventuring alone. But don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this.
Guess it's just one of those things.
But I prefer
Never
the
mind.
traveler.
Paimon will behave herself and keep resting.
Can child raise some issues that need addressing? Nope, child.
If Odette is Lelik, she may well have inside information on Project Stuja. Her father was involved with the project's early implementation and tragically died in the process. Now, she's dedicated herself to bringing it to an end. It's hard to imagine she could have gotten this far without knowing anything at all about the Tsaritsa's true intentions. When she spoke to us as a member of the Fatui, how much did she let on? And how much was she hiding? Only time will tell. Maybe tomorrow, everything will be answered.
He was.
Hey look! It's snowing! Could be a tough day ahead. Make sure you wrap up warm tomorrow!
No. Basically exactly an hour. So 5 hours in total. Nice.
5 hours.
5 hours in total for part 1. Yeah.
Oh,